A pleasant afternoon to all. This webinar is initiated by Primed Talent Limited. It was incorporated in the year 2016 in the heart of London to address the growing challenges in the talent supply chain, to create a strong pipeline of talent to ensure that our workforce has the right skills for the current and future industrial cycles. I'm Ekta Gupta, Behavioral Skills Trainer for Primed Talent UK and today's host. We have gathered to discuss how to overcome hurdles in jobs and the challenges those are migrant faces in the UK. This webinar will cater answers to many questions from common challenges faced by a migrant to the tips to navigate immigration process effectively, from strategies to overcome language and cultural barriers to strategies for resilience and confidence in job in UK. We will discuss more similar scenarios and efficient ways to prevail over. I take this opportunity to introduce our esteemed guest, Mr. Oladimeji Adepoju, who has over 15 years of experience in various sectors, including telecoms, IT, recruitment, retail, finance, and others, alongside diverse roles in IT positions. Currently, he is serving as the second Tenure Student Union President at the University of Sunderland. Prince Oladimeji Adepoju has worked in various capacities and is deeply invested in student well-being and mental health. We welcome you with utmost enthusiasm and an anticipation to a rich discussion. But first, kindly enlighten us more about yourself, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. I so much believe that we are so good. We are good, and we are feeling the the weather for now. Yeah. My name is Prince Oladimeji Adepoju. Yeah. I don't want to go back to to all the stories so much, but I'm going to give you the roadmap. How I'm able to ascertain the position that I am and the level that I am, and I believe I can, put you through on that journey as well as we discuss this afternoon. So, yeah, nothing much about Oladimeji. I start as rough as anybody, like starting from garage, like anybody, and looking at academics, it has been so rough. I can tell you, it has been so rough, but yeah, glory to God. Resilience and all those things have, bring me to the limelight through my journey. And this afternoon, it's something that is so troublesome that we are about to discuss, which is the challenge that the migrant face, especially when they come to United Kingdom. So a lot of things embedded in this webinar this afternoon for you guys. Yeah.
Thank you. That is fabulous. So, Prince, I see that you wear two hats with great distinction, that of a seasoned IT professional and passionate advocate for student well-being. How does your deep-rooted passion for IT manifest itself in your unwavering commitment to promoting student mental health and fostering a positive learning environment?
Well, to be sincere with you, it's so hard. I'm not born with this. No, not at all. There's something called talent. There's something called skills. And there's some things called knowledge. They may seem to be alike, but absolutely different. Putting up or wearing the cap of an IT person as a well-being person, it has not been easy. I can tell you for fact, it's something that is not only your passion that will drive it.
Your passion is quite infectious, I would say. Coming on to next, as a seasoned IT professional and an advocate for migrant integration, you have a unique perspective on the challenges faced by migrants. Can you elaborate on the most common barriers and migrants encounter when navigating the UK job market?
I couldn't So it's so hard, even when it comes to searching for job, it's so frustrating.
I guess there is some.
Goodness. What's going on? Come for me.
Hello, Prince.
Tell me.
There's some kind of disturbance, it seems.
Yeah,
Yes, you're back.
Is it from my side?
Yes.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. Yeah. So cross-breeding from IT or managing IT with my office, with the Office of Wellbeing for the Student has not been easy. I can tell you. And you know what makes me to come into that? Yeah, I come into UK like Rosie, like to be sincere with you, I was welcome like a king and queen. Like it was during COVID, like they brought food to my to my doorstep. I was taken into the food warehouse of the unit to go and even get some food. So it has been so nice, welcoming, accommodation, scholarship, all the stuff, right? And there are some things that go wrong and make me so like, no, the migrants are passing through a lot. How will I come into this space? My mindset is just come in, look for job like every other person, work myself out, work my ass out in getting some money, all the stuff. And I'm like, no, think of it. People are passing through a lot. I've been welcomed like a king and queen. So what is going? How can I come to people's rescue? And I began to do all these things, putting a lot of things together, resolving a lot of issues. And I apply for 2 positions like every other person would do. The first position, when they said, sorry, your application cannot be taken to the next level, I challenge it. And I'm like, no. How? What are those criteria that you are using to streamline people not to come into this position? I eat them and they're like, no, it's like, this guy is up to something. So nobody is able to respond. And I went to that office and I'm like, yeah, my name is Days. What's going on? You reject my application. Everything has been aligned to what you guys requested for stories. Like, okay, I was broken a bit. The second position, I was called for an interview. I break it down and they're like, Prince, you're good. You're fantastic. Your presentation was good. Blah, blah, blah. And we're sorry, this thing that you have, we are going to execute it next year. And I'm like, sorry, we are in December already. So next year is just like few days to come. So why am I not coming into that position? And they're like, so sorry. I'm like, sorry, guys, what's going on here? So, and I'm like, no, migrant, something is happening. I have to get it right from my side. So I keep doing what I'm doing. I keep doing what I'm doing. And when it comes to, the position of this thing is open as a president, student union president, and I was like, people are reaching out to me, Prince, we want you in this position. I'm like, no, I just want to finish my school and then go into IT properly, start working, and leave academics alone. And they're like, no, we need you here. I'm like, okay, fine. Is that what you want? Which position do you want me to be? They're like, no activities, no education, well-being, yeah. So that's how I come into well-being. So this is my second tenure. If I've not been doing well in the first tenure, I think I've been thrown out. So, but Yeah, it's not by saying I'm the smart person, but it has been like, yeah, you are on your toes, you are resilient, you have passion for this, you put in your energy, your time, your resources go into it, and you know, everything is just like that. And you know, I didn't go for one single position. The first time I went for National Union of Students in United Kingdom as well. So it's win-win for me from the both side, and it was a good one. The second time the margin is not even less than, before anybody close to me, is not less than half. So it was so massive like that. So it's been so good. It's been so overwhelming. It's been so challenging. You know, it's been so tasking and yeah, fun as well. I won't remove that. So it's been good. Yeah.
It sounds that we have multiple stories on our hands. We can discuss it later for sure. But talking
Sure.
about challenges, Prince, in your experience, which industry or sector throws greater challenges in finding employment opportunities for the migrants in the UK, and majorly what factors contribute to these disparities?
Okay. Let me case level platform for everybody to play. It is a place whereby you can stand on your own with everything, with the system that have been put in place for you to leverage on and stage yourself. But let me see, in the world today, UK has been the world market when it comes to some sectors. You talk about IT, you talk about tech, you talk about medical tech, you talk about this different industry, tech. They are one of the champion for the world today. Let me break it down. Looking at all these sectors, in one way or the other, they need migrant, they need people, they need staff, they need workers. Those barriers, but it is something when we go on with this webcast, with this webinar, we can easily break them down. They are a lot, but we can easily break them down. The policy is there, the governance is there, a lot of things, language barrier, which I will not even, put under the umbrella of only language barrier. I'm going to put it under what we call cultural competency. All those things, even you yourself as a person, the skills that you have to know how to carry it, have to know how to sell yourself out there. So a lot of things are in that space whereby a lot. I have to break it down. If I have to even deal with only that alone, 1 hour is not enough for me to do that. So there are a lot of things. There are a lot of things to look into, to be sincere with you. And how I wish that I could be able to share my screen to see some of those things that I've put together for this seminar. But yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
I'm sure it's not only enlightening, but relatable to many. So, my next
Yeah.
question would be for migrants seeking employment in the UK, understanding and complying with the UK
Mhm.
immigration laws, regulations can be daunting. Can you provide some key guidance on how migrants can ensure they are in compliance throughout the job search journey?
Okay. Yeah. When it comes to job, I always tell people this is how I try to start my journey from. Number one, get your skills right. It's not only about certification. Get your skills right. Prepare yourself. Prepared yourself. And has been in that space of networking. They have been in that space of raising talented people to a level of what we call hot cake for job, especially in IT. Talk about it. It is not only about skills that we'll talk about. You having the knowledge of what the market itself is saying. Prepare yourself through LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a platform whereby you see a lot of things. Different organizations will spring up. Look at it, you as a migrant, because number one thing that you are looking for is, oh, which organization can give me tier 2, which organization can give me COS, all the stuff. It doesn't stop there. On UKVI, you can even know the list of organizations that, that belongs to UK that can even give you tier 2. That's a skill work visa. You can easily get that from them. There are lists of them. There are thousands. Get that. So when you are applying for an organization, oh, they're on the list. Okay, yeah, I have to be serious with this. That's one. Then two, try as much as possible when a job description is being given and you want to apply. Try as much as possible. Two things. Your CV, let it be according to the job description they are requesting for. Two, your selling point, which is your cover letter. Let it be according to that job description as well. A lot of tools that can do this for you in the world. Prime Thailand has been in that space, I can remember very well. Like, guys, this is how to position yourself on your cover letter, on your CV. This is how to structure it. CV alone should speak for you. Just a plain sheet of paper of your CV should speak for you. Glance through should be able to speak for you. Oh yeah, he have the skills that we want. He can really fit into this position. Just your first page. Even as a graduate, your page should not be more than 2. So, and please don't just generalize. Be specific. Be specific. Those are these barriers because we have a lot of AI that HR used when they put in, when you submit your CV, it will not even reach to them because the AI would definitely filter it to like, no, you didn't have the skills that we want or the skills that we are requesting for. If you go into LinkedIn today, you can easily see it will show you the skills, the number of skills. It will rate you. Is it 10? Is it 7 out of the skills that is needed for this job? So when you see that flag, you can easily like, oh no, something is happening. So you can easily, trace it back, correct it, put it in the right place, and then give a shot. Right? So the government policy that may affect many of the migrants, especially when people are going for a top position, like maybe something that have to do with, for example, in cybersecurity, data protection, all the stuff, they may be requesting for you are not up to 3 years in United Kingdom. Okay, we have to do background for you, all those check. So it may be like a barrier. It's a policy. It's a policy. So, but mind you, I can tell you this. When I get to United Kingdom after 2 weeks, I get a job offer, like paying over £30,000 per month, per annum, which is good as a student. But no, how many people have that? So, all these things, let's start somewhere. Starting small is not a big deal, it's not a big issue. You can easily grow as far as you're resilient and learning, it's fast. So those are things that you should try as much as possible to firstly look into. I don't want to go to others because there are many who talk about networking yourself. You talk about how to break down this barrier when it even comes to the industry. Because it's not only about skills. No, it doesn't stop at you being in the skills alone. Be on social, like be in that space. Like what is trending on in your industry as an IT person or as anything. Know what is trending on that. And aside that, you can as well see what are the certifications that you have to do. So don't let me box red most so much on that. There are numerous things that that are affecting immigrants. when it comes to job search. Yeah.
Now, those suggestions definitely sounded valuable. The one question that often troubles many is the most common mistakes migrants make during visa application process and
Mhm.
encounter pitfalls along the way. Can you share
Right.
some insights to avoid such situations or pitfalls?
Well, you know, United Kingdom,
Mhm.
we always put a policy in place. All these things are checkmating, especially when there's, looking at the population, looking at the economy, all those things will definitely be there. Mind you, it become a barrier to we as a migrant sometimes. As I make mention of it before, when you have that skills, please don't look for money. Don't look for money. Don't look for money. Look for value. Look for value. When you have added that value to yourself, people will definitely look for you. I make mention of it. Organizations are pursuing me 2 weeks after me getting to United Kingdom with £30,000 per annum, of which we have a lot of people who are like, oh, let me settle down for care. They are two different worlds. I have the skills. I've been able to like channel myself through the right way and see how that thing is. Now, let me tell you this. There is a way that, this policy work. There is no law that doesn't have exemption. On a norm, I just come in, they shouldn't even give me a job offer that will be paying that so much a month as a student, So, and looking at the visa area, they are even already like, okay, don't worry, because you are in student visa, no, don't worry. We understand that, okay, you have to go to class, this is also, they are the one calculating that for me. We'll make sure that we settle you down for the first 3 months, talking about the accommodation. So what makes that to happen is all about skills, it's all about the value that I've added to myself. So now let us go into, they will send you a lot of denial. They'll send you a lot of unfortunate message. And one of the reason why is because when you have that value, they know that, what you are bringing to our organization is not something small. Okay, the visa that you are on is a student visa. For you to work with us more than 20 hours, let us begin on this. Let us begin on this. We are ready to come in immediately after your studies. One. Two, if you said your timetable is Monday and Wednesday, why can't we do a job because it's not in the same city where I am. Why can't we do Wednesday when you close from work, from your studies, Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays? Oh, yeah, that's fine. Cool. So we'll settle down everything immigration concerned about you, and that is fine. When I come into my position last year, I'm still a student, but they're like, no, don't worry, we know how to settle that, we know how to sort that. That is one. Two, always try as much as possible. Let UK gov.uk, let it be your 5 and 6, let it be your friend. When you're a friend to that, you know different type of policy that is coming up. You know the one that is affecting you. You know the one that is a plus to you. By next year, coming next year now, we'll be having the lowest salary is going to be 35 or 38,500 pounds per annum for staff. How many people know that? How many people know that the rate at which you as an immigrant will be paying on your visa is going to be multiplied by 2 coming next year? All those things is a thing that we have to know. It is an alert. Set it as an alert. When there is an update, something should trigger it to you so that you can easily see it. You just, oh, okay. So if someone give birth within 3 months, you have to get a passport and you have to get a visa. So it means that within that 3 to 6 months, if these things are not done, if that child have to get a medical attention, you have to be paid for. So, all those things, you can have it as an alert on your phone as they are updating the website, is coming to your phone. So that is another one. The third thing is this. I've made mention of it before. Job search is a job search. It is something that you have to be committed to. No doubt about it. It is a serious business. A lot of people are out there that have skills like you do, even more than. Or how can you get the right one that will make you as an immigrant to position yourself in the right place? So, which means that your networking have to be strong to a level whereby it's not only, oh, you are networking because you want to get a reference. No, you are networking yourself because of you to be able to not to go against the rule of the industry, the rules of the country. I keep telling people 20 hours is 20 hours. Don't go beyond it. UKVI really mean it. It may not even happen when you are moving from maybe a student visa to skilled worker. It may be when you want to collect your ILR. It may be by then, but don't pass through that boundary. So when you are able to connect yourself, all these things is a song that will be singing to your ear. You understand the fact from that angle. So please, please, and please, these things are key. And there are some positions that will be coming out. You will see it. Do you want something related to immigrant, something related to skilled worker visa, all the stuff? You have to understand it very, very well. It is a key. We really, really have to understand it. If you are going for it, be plain, come clean. Let them know this is where you stand, this is your position. So that if they want you in with your skills, they know what to do. If you are not up to the skills, you let them know this is where I am, and they will know what to do about it. Okay, don't worry, we'll give you 3 months, and then based on your performance, we'll have you as our full staff, then we will handle your immigration stuff and be done. So all these things are very, very important. The policy are there on UKVI, on gov.uk. So let us just visit either which I can share my screen for you to be able to see all these things that I've put together. And yeah, we don't have any problem about that. And another thing is this, always prepare yourself. Always prepare yourself ahead of that, not until it's remain 1 month and you begin to run up and down. No, prepare yourself very, very well. Prepare yourself very well. There are a lot of organizations that need you out there, I can tell you. Yeah.
Noteworthy indeed, and I am absolutely making some notes, it seems. Going further, it's natural and possible that the migrants may face misconceptions or stereotypes based on their background or cultural differences. Can you discuss some common misconceptions that migrants encounter and suggest strategies for effectively addressing them?
Well, I've been in that shoe. I've been in that shoe. And I'm going to divide it into two: language barriers and cultural barriers. Last year to early this year, at the level of the university, I'm able to come up with what I call cultural competency. This is a serious matter, and don't let us see it as a barrier. Oh, language, the way we speak, we are unable to reciprocate to what they are saying, or we are unable to hear them very well. They are speaking A, whereas we are speaking B. It will always be there, for sure. It will always be there. It will be there. In fact, it will always be there. There are some language courses that we can do, at least to stabilize us in our listening. Our listening, it is very, very important. Our speaking is very, very important. We have to understand that. Language exchange, it's something that is very, very important. Professional language, it's something that is very, very important. Use of language, it's something that is very, very important. And, attending English conversation group, all those stuff, there are things that we can do relating to that. So those are on language barriers that seems to be like being a challenge to us. I've sat on different interview in a bigger position, I mean C-class position, and I know where we are missing it. And I will use this, and I will use my office as an example. Only on language barriers. Sometimes, it's so sad that, when it comes to you in a professional position, you can't speak out to some certain level. This is a professional world. To be sincere with you, this is a professional world. You have to train yourself. No doubt about it. There are some apps that you can make use of that can teach you English. When English will say water, it's not like that. Water. If you say water, they are like, sorry, what are you talking about? So those things we have to learn it. How to speak. We have to learn it. How to listen. Understand their tone. Understand their tone. Understand their tone. It's something that is very, very important. It is a key. We must improve on it. The way we speak our English is not the same way. We speak English as if we are explaining. English land, they don't speak English as if they are explaining. So all those things are things that we should understand much more better. So quickly, let me go into cultural barriers. Okay, wait, before I go into that, let me join it together with this. I'll give an example, right? So there's something we call body shaming, and there's something that we call abuse. Where I'm coming from, right? There is a way you can easily tell somebody is stupid, and that person will laugh. You will joke, you will laugh, everybody will laugh, all the stuff. But this is a language that is a foul language. But when you're using it in the professional land or in English land or on the career sector, it is a foul. It is a big foul. And when you are looking for a job, they ask you question. If you don't understand that language, the way they speak it, request, please, I don't understand the way you put it. Can you please break it down or talk it slowly? It is not an offense. You don't hear is you don't hear. So that you'll be able to give a correct answer. Don't say it as a barrier. Yeah, it is a challenge, but don't say it as a barrier. It is just for a while. When I get to England for the first 2 weeks, I'm just listening. Please, what do you say? When somebody is like, "Oh, have you taken your dinner?" I'm like, "Ah, no, this is just 2 o'clock." Because I'm from Northeast, I'm like, dinner 2 o'clock? How? And I'm like, so what do you mean by dinner? I'm like, no, dinner you eat in the afternoon. I'm like, oh, you're talking about lunch? Say, yeah. So what will you not call dinner? They said tea. I'm like, wow. Tea is in the morning. I said, no, tea is in the night. I'm like, oh. So, all those things you have to understand. Those are languages. So now let us go into, the 4 cultural barriers, which is very, very important. There are a lot of things to know about cultural barriers. You have to be super sensitive about culture, Gesture alone is a culture in England, of which these are things that, as a migrant, we can just laugh over, but it's not. Gesture. I do use this to explain culture sometimes. You moving closer to people is not only when COVID comes in that, no, it's not that. It's not about that. It doesn't come when COVID comes in. You give a distance, you don't raise your voice, you stay calm, all those things. Those are more of like culture. You get into office, you're saying good morning, like bending down. No, hi, everybody goes. So, and as well, you can easily even have a mentor, someone who has been in England for, for some time. You can easily get a lot of things from these people. Also, your networking event, try as much as possible, go for networking event. It's something good. Cultural integration. There is a workshop for it. There's a workshop. Go for all this workshop. It's going to be a plus for you because you're just looking at it. You see how, they do their things. Yeah, at the beginning, your culture is to eat rice and beans, Apache, all the stuff. Yeah, they are all good. They're all fine. But when you go for a dinner and they're like, now, yeah, we in this dinner, these are the food that is available. You see bread, you see all those things. You see different things like, no, why there's no food from my country from this now? You have to learn how to eat all those things because when you even do that, it will be a plus to you. So, join their community as well. Join their community. By that, you understand all those culture. It will be a plus to you when you go for interview as a migrant. They are looking at you like, okay, before they even call you for an interview, they believe that number one, you are talented, you have something to offer, and that language, that culture can bring everything down within zero. You are saying sorry. What are you saying sorry for? Are you the cause of that thing? So all these things are culture. So we have to learn all these things. So how am I able to break all these barriers? So I went for training on cultural barriers. Okay, so what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? How will I know that this thing I did was wrong? They will tell you, oh, this is awkward. When they tell you that's a red flag to you. So how do you know all those things are very important? And try as much as possible to unlearn and relearn good things. So those things, open your mind. Let your mind be open when you are going for all these things. So don't let me say so much about that. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, absolutely. So, Prince, we discussed challenges and ways to overcome them. However, I think it has to be a mutual effort. So, creating a more inclusive and diverse work environment is as
Yeah.
crucial for supporting migrants in overcoming language and cultural barriers and other challenges. Can you share
Yeah.
some specific examples of how employers can foster a more welcoming and inclusive workplace for migrant employees?
Okay. Quick one. One of the reasons why Prince began to shout on top of my other name is because I discovered that many people are unable to even call my full name. So, okay, yeah. One of the solutions I provide from my own language is, okay, which app can even call my name? Okay, I get that. And I put that as a link to my email, to my official email. So when I send an email to you, you can easily see at the bottom of my email where I put my name. That link is there. So once you click on it, you can even hear my name. Like, oh, okay, this is how this name is being pronounced. That is one. Then two, you know, when I was coming into the office, I was even trained how to even sit down. I was trained how to sit down, and I'm like, no, I've been sitting for good 14 years. So how? Why am I being trained for me to be sitting in the office? So all these things are things that are very important. And I discovered that, yeah, it's because they know that the culture in this office is you have to sit right because of your physical well-being. Your sitting position can be as something that will affect your well-being. So, and it will lead to your mental health. So, okay, if you're able to sit in this position for this also time, then take a stand or walk around within 10 minutes. You know, so all these things are first culture. So now let me go down to, the culture, integrating the cultures are things that are very important. Look at the food that we eat. Sometimes I will intentionally, because I want them to taste my own food. When we have maybe a group lunch, I'll prepare my food in such a way that the spices that will be there will not be that much. It will still have that taste, and bring it to office. Guys, let us eat. What is the name of this food? You know, I want to eat this food. I want to know the name of this food. It's not tasting right, but I want to eat it. How will I eat it? When I get in here, they said soup. And I'm like, no, what are you having for lunch? They said soup. I'm like, soup, how? Like, how you have soup for afternoon? So, and just taste it in one way or the other. They're like, yeah, you want to learn. You want to learn. And I begin to take soup with them, all this, panini, all the stuff, begin to take it with them. That's number 2 thing. Then number 3 things, when it comes to office culture, it's something that is very, very important. Understand the way you respond to mail. If you're we have 72 hours. 72 hours. If we didn't respond to mail after 72 hours, we can be called for like what's going on. So understand that, understand the priorities, and this will give you a room for like, okay, this is the culture, for you not to be called on, or for you to understand what we are talking about. So you don't need long story about mails. You don't need a pistol. Just keep it short, make it professional, give it a shot, and that's it. Then the last one is this, which is something that seems to be like, we coming from our background. I've made mention of this before. Courtesy. If you say hi to someone when you come to office, it's something that is very important. It's just like good morning. When you are leaving, you don't say, hey, good night, or bye bye. No, the language is see you later, because things may bring you back to that office. Greetings alone is very, very important. And let me tell you this, sometimes even when they didn't answer you, not that they didn't recognize you. No, it's not that they didn't recognize you. They hear you, maybe they are doing something. It may even be them alone. It may be, someone just trying to meditate. Don't stress it. Leave it there. If you go for an interview, hi, let that laugh be natural. Let it be natural. It's something you don't just put it on. Just put it on. Let it flow. The reason why for that is because so that you'll be able to communicate with each other fluently without any barrier. Without any barrier. And one thing that we have to understand about this culture is this. It may be part of the interview as well, which is you don't understand a question is you don't understand. Yeah. Okay. I've not been to this before, but quite all right. I think I don't have the right answer, but if I may say that this is the question is, I think this is what I will say, or this is what my answer will be. Don't drag it. Those are little things, and how I'm able to overcome that cultural barrier, sinking into that culture, is calm down, unlearn what you know, relearn their own, mix it. Which one is good? Which one is not good? When you are in office, it's different from when you are home. So don't let it get to your head, because we come from a cultural background. We value our culture very, very well. So don't mix them together. When you are in the office, make it known. When you are back home, settle down with it. Yeah.
Thank you, Prince. Quite enlightening and I would say too fascinating as well. So I'm certain your discernment and expertise must have vanquished many apprehensions. With this, we have reached almost at the end of our session. Now it's time to have questions from the inquisitive minds in the audience. So let me open that, please. And yes, here we have. So let me pose the first question to you.
Okay.
The first person says, the person is asking, how can employers and government agencies in the UK team up to better integrate migrants into the job market?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Surely. How can employers and government agencies in the UK team up to better integrate migrants into the job market?
Brilliant. Yeah, let me start with this. One of those things that Prime Talent is doing is to see how to have a coalition with the government, in coming to the space of recruiting more migrants to that empty space whereby they need so much people on in IT. Coming together, it's something that is very, very important. And the spaces are there. I will tell you, many of these migrants, they are talented, they have skills. How government come into their rescue is listen, all this policy seems to be a barrier. That is number one. Then number two, the experience is a value that UK should look into. Collaboration with them. We are talking about research today. Bring in people into this research space. Bring in migrants who are experienced, who have that skills. Bring them into that space. Prime Talent, UKVI, they can work together in a lot of different platforms. It may not be only on IT, it may not even only be on tech. Different positions are open today and people are not even filling them. Because the people who are supposed to be there cannot be recognized because they have not stayed 3 years. That's policy. Oh, because they just come into UK. Some will even tell you because your credit rating is this. Oh, you didn't have what do they call it? Background check. What do they call it? What do they call it? I don't have it because I've never worked in maybe care sector. They oh DBS. They tell you didn't have DBS. Sorry, we can't take this. And I'm like, well, that's fine. So if government policy can be reduced on some of these things, it will be a good one. It will be a very good one. So government should work with some of these third parties, some organization like Prime Talent that can bring them all these people that have those skills. So to be a good one. And by the way, it's not going to help the government, it will help the economy as well. Not only in UK, the world at large. If we are talking about Turkey today, there are some countries that will be called before UK. So why can't we bring UK to that line whereby the world will be seeing them like, yeah, they have expert on this, they have expert on that, they are good to this, they are good on that. When it comes to surgery about this, it can be done technically in United Kingdom by this. Those are things that we want to be listening to. Those are the places how, government should give a platform whereby these migrants can really display the skills that they have. Prime Talent, kudos to you. You have been within that space. You have been doing a great job. And, we have to take it up. We need more of you coming into that space. I won't lie to you. A lot of migrants are doing a lot of uh, amazing things. Looking at my research area, this is bringing ML and AI together on using intrusion detection on 5G, 6G network. You know, this is a world project. The government should come to research like that. And what do you need? If we are able to come out with this brilliant research, then anybody that is coming into 5G, 6G, as far as security is concerned, we have the product that can solve it. You know, so those are things that we want them to come into. It's not only about talent discovery. It's not only about that. Put things, lessen all those pressure on them. So let me leave it there because there are a lot to say about it.
Remarkable inputs indeed. And there is another question. This is from somebody from the audience. I sometimes feel isolated and discouraged in my job search. How can I build a network of support and connect with other migrants in similar situations?
Yeah, this is a brilliant idea. I can tell you, you are just one out of millions of people who are isolated when it comes to job search. I can tell you. Now, this is it. On my LinkedIn, I have over 10,000 followers or network on my LinkedIn. In one way or the other, I have HR, I have IT on different levels. All right. So if I'm applying for a job, number one thing I always have at the back of my mind is you're not the only one that is pursuing this job. So there are many people who are pursuing that job. So is there a particular skills that I have that can bring me to that edge that the recruiters may look into and give me that job? That is one. Two, when you have this network, maybe on LinkedIn, on program like Prime Talent, or on different any platform, it may even be within your community. These are the importance of networking yourself. So it may be only you sitting down in the corner of your room doing the job search. Yes. But mind you, you are not alone. Go into your network on LinkedIn or on any platform and ask question. What are these things that is happening? Also, one of the prime talent student, when we did AWS together, was like, Prince, there's a position that is open in my office. Can you come and take it? Da, 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 da. And he was like, no, I want you for that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So those are networking. I didn't even hear about that job, but see the work that the networking has done for me. So try as much as possible to join a group of professional, belongs to professional body. As United Kingdom is, your profession or your career line, there is a professional body to it. Join them, understand what they are doing. When you understand all these things, it will give you an upper hand. To be sincere with you, within my first week of getting to England, I paid over 100 pounds enjoying professional body. I feel like crying because no money is coming in and I'm like broke like any other body person. So, I have to join. Okay, I'm joining like a student. Okay, this one you pay 20 pounds, this one you pay 30 pounds, and I join like that. So when there is a job vacancy, they post it to you. When there is a webinar, they post it to you. You meet people. Job fair, go for them. You meet people. So, it's not only about online. Go out there as well. So go out there, go and know what is happening. You can we have what we call as Sunderland Microsoft. The day that I went there and they're like, oh, this. They are the one introducing me to G4S. I'm like, okay, G4S is just looking at like, we need you. when are you going to finish with your studies? I'm like, no, I didn't come for GS. So, all these things are very important. Go outside of that wall. Go outside of that four corner. Go out there. There are a lot of fortune for you to make. So your networking should not be a challenge to you. In fact, it should be a platform that you can stand on. So LinkedIn is there, job search, webinars, a lot of things like that. You can easily go on it. You connect with people. Yeah. Don't say that, oh, I can't talk. I can't. No. Move yourself away from that isolation. It will be a help to you. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So we have questions even coming from Philippine right now. Another question to you is, can you recommend any website or organization that offer resources and support specifically for migrant job seekers in the UK?
Well, there are many. Quite all right. But I'll tell you, even only from Prime Talent, they have someone who is dedicated to like, okay, as far as you are coming out as our student, only on AWS alone, I know the job offer that is coming only through Prime Talent. I know the connection that they have with even University of Sunderland. I know the connection they have on LinkedIn, how they do job research for people to like, don't worry, we'll do this for you. That's one. Then two, on LinkedIn, what do you call it? Indeed, you can set it as an alert. When a job related to this, be specific on this. When you set all these things, they will drop into your box as an alert, and you can easily apply for them. Then go on gov.uk. There are jobs there as well. Don't limit yourself. No, those people in those positions, they are not bigger than you. In fact, you have skills more than them. So if gov.uk is posting a job, you know that, yeah, this is a government job. I need to go for it. Your council is posting a job. Many people don't even know that there are a lot of jobs that they can even do in their council where they are coming from. So your council post job as well. Your council have what do you call it? Job workshop, recruitment workshop. Your council do have it. So go on their website, you would see all these things that I'm talking about. So nothing hidden. Seriously, nothing hidden about this. Google is your friend. The only thing is know how to use it. It's not only, oh, where is the job for this? Go into deep, be specific. This is my skills. I need job related to this, and to give it a shot, right? So don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself, right?
Now, it was a wonderful and quite educating to have you here with us, Prince. Dear viewers, for any other query, for any further query and questions, kindly mail us at info@primetalent.com. My apologies to those whose questions I couldn't address due to time constraint. But as I think Prince has reiterated the fact that you can do this course with us anytime, you just need to register at the website, that is www.primetalent.com. Please do write to us any kind of info, any kind of question, query you have for us, and we shall do the needful. Thank you and have a lovely day ahead. Prince, thank you so much for being here. It was really, really enlightening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Happy to have you as well. Everybody, thank you so much, and bye for now. Yeah.
Okay.